75, there's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Penix working out of the gun here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, it's London. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Penix. Right back to Pitts again. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And looking to throw, Penix. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Here's Penix. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. To the air, Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. A much different 2nd drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the 2nd one.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
2nd and 7. They'll throw with Penix. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Looking to throw. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon.
But defensively, didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you worry about. Coming out of college, you're used to getting away with just about anything you want to do. You're just superior. Here, he has to read it, figure it out, and know when it's time to go.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. First down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
For a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Troy Anderson applying the pressure and picking up the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Operating from the gun, Penix. He's got his man, London, right side.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll set up a throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw here. And Cooks has it over the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, this 1st half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. And looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this up close to the 30-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Back to throw now on first down.
Got a man, it's London.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher for guys trying to get to the football.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Penix.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And looking to throw, Penix. That is caught.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Throwing again, Penix. Throws right back to London, complete again.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
To the air, Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Got London on a slant, and the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney from a yard out. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
In motion left goes a tight end. On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
They'll throw with Penix.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to Mooney.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
To throw again is Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Got an open man. It's McLeod.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And caught by London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, Not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
2nd and 13. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
They'll look to throw here. Olave over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. There again is Cooks, complete. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Kamara diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
The point after, good by Groupie. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
Now Penix.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken to the 26. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 43, here's a second down and 9.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll set up a throw.
That is caught.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A 10th carry for Kamara.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Looking to throw.
Work in the middle. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here, you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Troy Anderson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after the field goal, back out is Groupie to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. And looking to throw, Penix. That's brought in downfield by London. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a 1st down, but they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside, but you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space, and that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Catch made. It's Moreau.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Falcons offense set to go.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll throw with Penix.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air, Penix. Completes a Mooney on the slant.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Penix to the air once more.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Michael Penix.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Now back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Batted at the line, but he still brought it in.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Gets this complete to Shaheed. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
From the 17, they work on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Saints! Foster Moreau from 13 yards out. And the Saints are back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So out come the Falcons now. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Penix. That is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. And they'll indeed take a knee. Second and 11. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.